G'day, Hugh Bowman here from Action Coach in Geelong. So today I want to share with you my 9 ways on how to cut costs and staffing to save your business in these troubled times of the pandemic that we have in front of us right now from the coronavirus. So this is just essential. There's no hanging around waiting to see. If you're in a business and your things are tight, you need to act very, very fast. And that may mean you have to cut costs and staffing. And that is, it's admirable and it's the most important thing to do, because if the business doesn't survive, all your staff don't keep their jobs either. So mucking around or trying to delay will potentially kill your business. So we're talking about survival mode now, so it's really important you act fast. So number 1 is cash is king. No surprise there. If you can retain cash or get cash in faster, that is the number 1, and try and hold on to cash. So number 2, stop spending. So if you can defer some spending, like if you're looking at, putting new warehousing in or updating offices and things like that, if you can push those out or stop them entirely, that is the go. So try and stop spending at all possible, just in case, because we might be 1 month or 2 months down the track. It might not actually matter. We might say, oh, that was a bit over the top, but from what I can see right now, I think it will matter. I think we're going to be in a pretty tight spot for 3, 6 or 9 months guaranteed, and 12 months probably fine. But so right now, I recommend make sure we hang on to cash and stop spending. They're the first 2. Number 3, reduce where you can. I mean, if you can, wind things back and reduce some spending, and I'm not talking about marketing or sales here related. That's usually the one that you need to maintain or increase. But if there's other costs you can wind back, stationery, repairs, like new equipment, if we can just reduce our spending on that, that's the one. 4, renegotiate. So it may be hard right now, but it's going to come. Suppliers and rents, renegotiation. I think if we can renegotiate, save some cash, retain that in your bank account, that's what you need to do. And the 5th one there was just slow things down or postpone. So and you might be thinking, well, that's not really fair to do that, but you can guarantee your customers are thinking that. Your suppliers are thinking that. How can we slow things down and so we don't have to we can retain our own cash, or make projects slow. If you're in the game of a property developer, you work for property developers, you're a plumber, for example, and you're working on their project, they can slow it down. They're probably doing that, So your customers are thinking about slowing it down too. So maybe you need to flip that and think about that all through your business. So when it comes to staffing, even this is a massive one. There's a huge minefield in this. What can you do? What are you allowed to do? What does Fair Work say? Especially if you've got people in unions or on awards and things like this. But so it varies, and it pays to get a professional. I can help you out a little bit here, but it's something that you're absolutely going to have to address. It's a big part of your expense budget, probably a third or something of that order, or 20%. So casuals, well, they're easy. So you can just wind them back a bit, less casual work or stop them altogether. Full-timers, a little bit harder, but you can, with negotiation and with some skills around this, you might be able to trim back hours or trim back days, and you have to do it across the board. You can't just pick and choose there, but don't forget, if your communication is high and you're working with the whole team, you've got opportunities to save money there. And it depends on how much work you got to do too. If you've got less work to do, you've got excess labour. That's obvious. That's when you start doing that. Redundancy, you don't really want to go there, of course. But the thing is, because redundancies, we know it just kills morale in the business. So you really don't want to go down that road of redundancies. We know that the economy is going to kick back into life. This is different from the banking crisis we had in the GFC times. So we know that as soon as the health thing peaks and comes down, and as soon as people get confidence back, things will rebound, and probably rebound really strongly. So if you can retain staff and be open with them and continue to have a job for them and use them going forward, I'd highly recommend that. And the flip side of that is don't use it as a tool to get rid of staff that you don't want, because you'll be up in front of unfair dismissal very quickly. So redundancy, last resort, but it has to be on the plate. It has to be there and real if you need to, but really try not to go there. And the other one is to stand people down. Now there's a whole lot of rules around this too, like, I mean, if your job site is forced to close or your shopping centre closes and you can't run the business, you can actually stand people down and leave without pay. You know, we can, you know, that's a really big one. Things like, alongside that are issues around, should they be taking holidays, or is it sick leave, or is it leave without pay, or should you be paying them? You know, so these are the things that, you know, HR skills and expertise is important. There will be a lot more information coming out of this, I reckon, and there'll be changes to deal with it. So the government will be putting out packages and things to help overcome this sort of thing, I expect. But still, they need to be on your plan. So you can be ready, your business can be ready to adapt when you need to. So since you're watching this, you're open to working out how I'm going to change my business, how am I going to adapt to this, and I have been too. And so this is what I've come up with, which I think I can help you out in a very, very big way here. And so what I'm offering too is to do a one-on-one pandemic planning meeting with me, one-on-one or via Zoom online. And what we're going to do is implement some of these ideas plus many others to come up with a 90-day plan to help your business get through the biggest issues of this pandemic. And this is crucial because I actually see that the economics around this fallout will be far greater than the health. I actually think the health will get over, but the economics is going to go on and on and on for quite a while. So we need to make sure your business not only survives, but takes hold of the biggest opportunities out there. So what we're going to do is put together a quarterly plan. It'll take 2.5 hours with me. We're going to look at your customers, we're going to look at your staff, we're going to look at how you're going to cut costs and when and what do you do and how do we get around it. Because, for example, with the HR side of things, that is a minefield. You know, it's going to be ever changing. We need to make sure we do things right and we actually help your business survive, but help it thrive. We're going to look at your marketing and sales. We're going to look at how you're going to attract and focus on the better markets or the more likely ones that are going to deliver for you. So one thing for sure is the way that I can help you the most is by helping you come up with a great plan for your business, because without that, chances are you're going to find yourself absolutely struggling. I can see a bloodbath out there, and in about 2 or 3 months' time. And so that's why this pandemic planning offering of mine is going to take 2.5 hours. We're going to do it via Zoom or face-to-face. It's up to you. You'll walk away with a plan. There'll also be some touch points beyond that to help you implement that. You know, it's $249. I think this is an absolute bargain. Normally I would charge significantly more, multiple times more in fact. So grab onto this opportunity. I thoroughly recommend you absolutely need to do this. And if you're interested, you know, email me, phone me, get in touch, jump on my website. There's lots more information there about it. I absolutely really hope you get in touch with me, because this is the most important thing right now for you and your business. I really look forward to talking to you. Bye for now.